Good evening. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to wait a few minutes. I hopped on a little bit early. I'm going to get myself all situated on my iPad. I was watching some videos myself to learn some fun stuff. All right, there we are. Click this so I can see comments. All right, welcome. So, what's everyone been up to? I'm super excited to be here. It feels like I've been gone forever. Definitely was regrouping after the 20-mile hike. Yes, I did it. Thank you for Lynn helping me and pushing me through, because I gotta tell ya, I got to mile 14 and my ears were ringing. I was starting to get tunnel vision, feeling a little woozy. Calmed down, got some water, did what I needed to, and she talked me through. Everybody kind of psyched us out a little bit about the last, well, there were two 2-mile markers within the last 5 miles that were going to be very treacherous. People kept talking very negatively about miles 16 and 17. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Mary Jo Snyder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States, in upstate New York, in the Finger Lakes region. What a beautiful time to be in this area. I did see a peak of color changes on the leaves. So, and it's warm, so this is what I'm wearing. It's okay. But I was really excited about the race, and it wasn't a race, it was a marathon. It was wonderful, a beautiful experience, and I'm so grateful for the people that were pushing me along. But everyone kept talking about mile 17 having a half mile of stairs. If it was a half mile, that was a surprise to me. Granted, it was hard because it was near the end of the marathon, but we were very blessed at the end to have like 1.5 miles of flat. It was wonderful. But hills, up and down, up and down. The toes were hurting. I was worried about how many toenails I'd be missing when I got home. Thankfully, I did kind of turn my ankle a little bit, but I persevered because it was mile 2 when I did that. I'm like, nope, I'm not getting hurt on this adventure. So, so welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Enough of that. I was very excited and I succeeded, and I'm very fortunate to be able to say that I did the Mammoth March. And what's wonderful about it is for every participant, they plant a tree. So there's a tree being planted because I participated. So it was wonderful. All right, I just want to remind you all of the wonderful In Color sale that's going on right now. Select In Color products are 15% off. I do know there's cardstock and blends and some different designer series papers that have some of the colors within. There are even kits out there that are discounted that have some of the colors in. So make sure you are checking what's happening now or sales that are going on, and find those In Color products that you just can't live without and get that discount of 15% off. So there is Secret Sea right back here. We've got Secret Sea, Cloud Cover. This is Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger. They're great. And Strawberry Slush. So just wanted to remind you all that that sale is going on all the way up until the end of the month. So please take advantage of that. If you are here joining me live, please say hello. I love that you are here. Let me know where you're from if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, because it helps me. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it does help my business. Helps me reach more people, and I love that. And you can feel free to share the video as well. So, all right, we are we're doing a one-sheet wonder tonight because it's a project I have to do to mail out to friends. So I am tackling the one-sheet wonder with Spooky Halloween, and I'm using the beautiful Spooky Sweet designer series paper that has all this wonderful ephemera. So only minimal stamping, some cutting. We're using some cardstock as layers, and this one sheet wonder will create 5 cards, And it is a design created by, let me find her name, Patricia Dominici, jumping into Stampin'.com. She is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this was found by the group I belong to for swapping. And I have measurements and stuff for you, but you can also visit her YouTube channel, and you would be able to find this one sheet wonder. I can actually put the link in the description of this video since I'm sharing it. And you can change it up and do what you want with it. But there is, so you need a 6x6 of designer series paper, and then you need 6.5 by 6 3/4 of cardstock to mat the designer series paper to layer on your cards. I've also got 5 card bases, 4 of which are cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5, and 1 is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. All right, so I also printed the design, so I had them to look at. So we are going to get started, but I first want to go over these beautiful products with you in the Spooky Treat, I believe, Spooky Treat Sweet, something like that. Either way, put Spooky in your search on the website, on my website, and when you get to my online store, and you can find all of these products. Not sure if they're on back order, have no idea. Actually, they're not, because I was looking at the name and checking out some things before I got started here. So I think they're still available, and I believe online exclusive, because Halloween is not in either publication. I have not received my small pre-order yet, but I'm excited to share that when I do get it. So let's get you pointed down and get to crafting, because I'm really excited about this. All right, so I got to stand up so I know what I'm looking at. And look at all that yummy goodness. There we go. We got some stamps all cut or all ready. And we should be good to go. I'm really excited. Thank you all for being here with me this evening. So our designer series paper. Okay, let's go over this first. So this is our Spooky Halloween stamps. Beautiful, right? My website here, if you need to go shopping or want to join my Central Perks team, and then you'd get additional discount on product, which is always a perk, as well as the perks of being on my team, get it, Central Perks, as well as the perks of being on Stampers with Heart team, which is Celine Kempton's team, because you would be her second level if you join under me. So you would get the benefits of being on 2 different teams, and we're all a big family, and it's wonderful. So, all right, so this is the awesome stamp set. It is photopolymer, and these are the dies. So you're going to see that the dies here, these 2, will cut out these animals. You have the broom, and you have these 2 to cut out the pumpkin, so you can stamp multiple of that. You have this cute bat. It looks like a tag, but I bet it does some fun stuff, and we're going to try that out at some point this week, because I'm going to focus on this product suite this week, but I got to get some fun stuff from the store. A spooky house, a fence, and of course 2 bats that you can cut out. It does do some embossing as well. So fun stuff, bat stamps, some little magic, looks like little magic potion, little, you know, like with a wand. What am I trying to say? The stars from a wand. It's so cute. All right, so there's that fun stuff. We are going to use a few of the stamps today, just the sentiments. You have this beautiful iridescent, kind of some iridescent stuff going on with this ribbon. It's iridescent ribbon, and it is the color of Petunia Pop. It is one of the colors in the designer series paper. I've pulled out the inks that I'm going to be using today. Of course, you've got the iridescent treat bags, which we will be using this week as well. They're super beautiful. Look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? There's so much you can do with these. Ideas are going through my head. These awesome sequins. Let me grab a piece of paper so you can really get the gist of what these look like. These are called Shimmer Star Foam Stickers. Say that 10 times fast. Aren't they beautiful? They are white Petunia Pop I believe, and basic black. And what else do we have? Oh, that's what I'm stamping with the paper. Let's look at the paper. All right, so we've got the ephemera. You get 2 sheets of the ephemera. So we're going to use some of this tonight. So I'm going to keep that handy. Of course, I don't want to lose anything, so we're going to set that off to the side. The ephemera does not have anything on the back side. And we've got this wonderful page. I love the bear. Isn't he cute? The little Dracula bear. So cute. The pig is so adorable too. And the back side of that. And we've got tags and fun things that you could use on your gift bags or on a card front. This is the back side of that. Beautiful. Of course, I already cut a piece of this, but this is that sheet and the reverse side. But I cut half of it apart. Another really cute scene of spooky windows that you could fussy cut out or whatever. And the back side of that. I love the colors and the subtleness on the back sides. And we have more cut aparts. So you could cut this entire thing off and it could be a bottom of a scrapbook page. And then you've got these cut aparts where you can create a scene, more pieces that you can either use for cards or whatnot. You can even cut these if you wanted to separately. Just super cute. A lot of fun stuff. And that's the back side of that. And that completes the designer series paper. Now, coordinating colors of the designer series paper are basic black, daffodil delight, granny apple green, petunia pop, and pumpkin pie. All right, so now we are going to, this is the, if you want to do a screenshot, but I will post her link. This is to cut your 6x6 designer series paper, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I've already picked out the paper, okay? So we've got that. And let's grab our paper trimmer. And I think there's not direction to this paper. The bats kind of look like they're going a certain way, but it doesn't matter if it's not cut with a direction because I think it's fine any way you cut it. So this is 6x6. So I'm going to cut it in half at 3 inches. Then I'm going to turn this and I'm going to cut again right here. We're going to measure that over to 3 inches and we're going to cut that. Okay, we'll set that aside. We're going to turn this now because it's 3 inches, but we're going to cut 2 inches of that off. Okay, so now you've got that piece. So I'm going to show you. We've got those pieces. Then you're going to take this piece and you're going to cut it in 1-inch squares. You're going to get 3 of them. And those are right here. Okay, so then you're going to take the other piece, which is 3x6, and you're going to start on the long edge and you are going to cut to 4 inches. I'm going to set that little piece aside. We're going to cut a 1/2 inch, another 1/2 inch, and that are these 2 pieces here. And then we're going to cut this at 1 inch, which should leave you, hey Maggie, hello, which should leave you with 2 4 by 1 inch pieces. Then you have this piece again that is 3 by 2. You are going to cut this at, so 3 by 2. This is 2 inches. So I'm going to cut this, measure this over to 2 inches. So you've got 2 by 2 and 2 by 1. And those are those pieces. So there is your designer series paper, okay? Now, for the cardstock, I have chosen, we're going to set this aside. The cardstock, I have chosen a 6.5 inch by 6 3/4, and I'm going to hope that I do this right because the first one I messed up. So 6.5 by 6 3/4. So let me just do some math real quick. We have 6 1/4 and then 1/4. So the 6.5 inch is going to be this way. So what I want to do, they don't make it very easy for me, do they? I want to cut let's see. So let me show you this. That's why you'll see my confusion. So this is the 6.5. No, this is the 6 3/4. Okay. And I want to cut this at, and I want to cut it at 3 1/8 because I actually want to cut it down to 4 1/4. That's where I messed up earlier. So take it the shorter end, the short side, and cut. And if I make a mistake, it's okay. I have more paper. Yeah, that's not going to be right. Right? 4 1/4. Okay. So on the 3 3/4 inch side, you're cutting 4 1/4. And I'm going to pray I'm right. I still don't think that's right. Why am I not doing my math right? Oh, I see. So 3 1/8 and 1/8 is 3 1/2. I got it now. 3 1/4. I think I got it. We're going to work it out. 3 1/4. Just send it. All right, so now we cut it 3 1/4. We want to cut this at 3 1/8. And then we're going to trim this down to 3 1/8 because you're going to have 1/8 of an inch. That is what you toss away, which is that piece right there from what I'm seeing. Okay, hopefully I got that right. So 3 1/8, 3 1/8. Now this is going to be 3 1/8. Let's see. So what I want to do first is cut off. Let me see where we're at. Sorry if I'm confusing you. I'm just trying to measure here. So I did 3 1/4 for our first cut. So then I want to come down and measure 1 1/8 and cut that off. Okay, we're going to hope this is right. 1 1/8. Then we need 3 of those at 1 1/8 by 1 by 1 1/8. And you should have 3 pieces from that. Okay, I did better this time. So we've got those. And then we have this piece that is 3 1/2 or 3 1/4. So we want to trim it off to 3 1/8. So you got that leftover piece, which was right there. And this should be 2 1/8. And look at that, it worked out better than the first time. 2 times a charm, right? Measure once, cuss twice. Then we're going to measure this over to 4 1/8. And we want 1 1/8. 1 1/8. Sometimes it takes 2 tries to get something right. And I'm not going to hold my breath though, it's still early. And then 5/8. I think one is a little bit bigger than the other. Where it worked out. I'm surprising myself. All right. And these are the layers that are going to go under your designer series paper. And then we have this last piece that is going to be 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. So we're going to trim off to 2 1/8. And we are going to cut 1 1/8 by 2 1/8. And then 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. And there you go. You've got all those mats. Look how fun that was. Okay. So what you're going to end up doing is taking your designer series paper layers, and you want to adhere this one like so, which I've already done. This one here is going to be the same design like that. And then one of these is going to be reverse. One of them will be as is with the design. This one with the design. This one reverse. So the only two you reverse is a 1/2 inch one and one of the 1 inch pieces. That layer's there. These layer on here. And I kind of did this part to kind of speed up the process, and you'll get the gist once we get all these together. But now I can make more cards once I do this video. So that is how you're going to assemble those. They're going to adhere straight flush to those layers. So again, that is the One Sheet Wonder 6x6. And this is the cardstock layer. Okay, so again, remember, I will put a link in the description of this video. I am going to simply put this right. Oh, I do have an announcement too. I don't want to forget. All right, so we've got our ephemera, we've got our card bases, and we've got our pieces that we're going to layer. So I'm going to grab these two pieces, the one that has the fun design that was up in the top corner, and one of those 4 1/8 by 1 1/8, and those are going to be on my first card. And I want some pretty ribbon, and I think what would really be great, and I know that I probably should use the ribbon that comes with, and actually I will, just because it's a coordinating product. I am not going to tie this all the way around due to I don't want to waste all the ribbon. So I'm going to adhere some ribbon on the back of this piece with, I did just get new adhesive, and I put it somewhere. Oh, they're over there. One moment. Sorry. And there goes that one on the floor. All right. Okay. Let's get this going here. We're all wonky, crooked. Sorry. All right, so we've got our seal, and I'm going to hopefully not have any issues with the seal. I've thrown 2 away trying to fix them, but we're gonna give it much love, and it's gonna be good to me because I'm gonna be good to it. Okay, so I'm going to add some adhesive right there and to the other end, just a little smidge. And we're just gonna tack that on there. Bring it around and tack it on the reverse, like so. We're going to trim that with our ribbon scissors. And then I am going to, I get a second. We got to do some stamping. We're going to set that there for now until we need to use it. And I think on this card, I am going to stamp No Tricks, All Treats. So we're going to use our Versamark, season that stamp, and I'm going to stamp in Granny Apple Green. Actually, I think I just changed my mind. Since we're using that pop of color, why not use, switching it up, Petunia Pop. Perfect. Why not? one of my favorite colors. Grab your piercing mat, since you're doing some stamping with fresh new photopolymer stamps. Get that nice and inked. And we're going to put this down to the lower right corner. Nice. Set that aside. Close our ink pad. And now we can take one of these card bases that are 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, in our bone folder. Reinforce that mark there. This is going to go flush. Now I measured these so that I could get 5 out of a sheet of basic white, because I'm trying to be frugal with my white paper since the cost has increased. So I will show you at the end how to cut this, but this is 3 1/2 by 5, 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, and you should be able to get 5 from a sheet. So we're going to go ahead and add this to the front of our card. And hopefully I'm not skimping on anything and I can get this to fit right. That's going to go there, and this is going to go there. So I'll bring that up a little, and that is our first one sheet wonder. However, we're going to add something to it. So we're going to add this just flush to the card base. And we will kind of keep it higher so that when I put this on, this can get dimensionals. Now I have a nice fun place for my dimensionals. So I'm not always searching for them as long as I put them back. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to decorate this too, but I ended up putting all my dimensionals that I had started in this cute little basket that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to grab a sip of my Coke Zero. So that will go there. I could have spaced it a little bit better, but I'm happy with it. And then we'll get some ephemera. And we are going to make this super cute. So we've got candies, we've got this ephemera, and I think no tricks, all treats. Why not grab this cute little bird, whatever he is, if I can get him out. He's trick-or-treating, right? And why not maybe some candy corn? Maybe. I like that. All right, so we've got that. We'll add those to the front of that layer just to give it a little bit more character. I'm not going to use dimensionals. I don't normally mail out Halloween cards, but you never know. I might this year. These actually are going to go to people, but when I make the other set, and then I'll grab another piece of basic white the same size, and that's going to go on the inside. And you can grab some of those pretty embellishments. And I'm going to add a little star there. Oh, they are pretty foam. A little one there. And another down here. There is card number 1. Okay. Now Now, card number 2 of our wonderful one sheet wonder is going to be these 2 pieces after you get them assembled. So you've got one with the candy, one with the line. I'm going to grab this and we're going to stamp. How about, will that fit on there? Don't worry, eat sweets. I think so. Okay, so we're going to Versamark up our stamp. Get that all seasoned. Grab this. Actually, you know what? Yes, I'm going to use this. And this one, I will, there's no ribbon on it. I'm going to just use the Granny Apple Green that I wanted to use for the other. And we're going to stamp that right along the bottom, like so. We've got that. And then this is going to go here. Hopefully it's not going to mess up my words. And there. So we'll go ahead and add those. Got like maybe an eighth. I was going to say 1/18 of an inch. That'd be crazy. Nobody has time for that. In between the 2 layers. Okay. This is going to go on another one of those 4 1/4 by 11 card bases. Thank you everyone who's joining in. I appreciate you being here and everyone catching the replay. I will be sharing this over to the link over to Facebook as well. I just went from one glue to a different glue. Guess that's how I roll today. Switch them, change them, rearrange them. All right, so we've got that. Now going to grab our ephemera again, and don't worry, eat sweets. Almost want to use the cauldron. Oh, super cute. All right, so we've got the cauldron and adhesive. I'm going to do this flush. We're going to do it right down here. And then, should I do dimensionals on that? That's so cute. No, flush. Make it easy on myself. And that's going to cover that section of your cauldron. But wait, there's more. I love that you get 2 sheets of these. Stick a candy corn in there, right? Why not? But wait, eat sweets. It makes it look like there's sweets in there. Oh, it needs to go down further. Too cute. More gems. Wish there was some green. Actually, no, stick with the plan. Let's do this and this And that. Card number 2, we need to insert. Hey, Julie, how are you? I love all your pictures you share from your trips. Looks like you've had a wonderful summer. Thank you. I'm doing a one-sheet wonder, so I'll leave the link in the description of this video if anyone wants to refer to the YouTube channel of this individual. So there's card 1 and 2. Then we're going to grab another. You get 5 cards with this design. So we got number 3 going on. So this one is going to use a 5.5 by 8.5 card base. One of these, and one for the inside. And I think this will say, and this is going to use these 2 pieces. So it's the 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. Hey, Susan. I know, right? Thank you. Thank you everyone for being here. So this is the cardstock layers 2 1/8 by 2 1/8, and this one is 2 1/8 by 1 1/8. And then obviously the designer series paper is a different size. It's an 1/8 of an inch difference, and that is all going to be available when I share the website of this individual. Her name is Patricia Dominici, jumpingintostamping.com. She is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I don't know if she still is, but this is an old video because she used different product, but that's okay. Now I am going to put here Spooky or Happy Halloween. I think I'm going to do Spooky because what I want to fit there might just be this guy. Is he going to fit there? If I write the stamp Spooky, I don't know. I'm not sure he will, but he can always go up a little bit higher. And I can do that down there. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to adhere these after I stamp. And we're going to season my stamp with my Versamark. And I am going to stamp in Granny Apple Green again. Actually, yes, no. I'm going to use, we're switching up all the colors. We'll use Memento on this one. Sure you got good coverage of ink. That's going to go right down here, the base of that white, just like so. Set that stamp aside. And this is going to go here. I could switch up the design. I don't really want to. Oh, do I got ink on my nails? Okay, we got this and this. That's going to go right up in the corner, about 1/8 of an inch, maybe even 1/16 of an inch. And that's going to go, I need a new blade. I got some gooky ends of my paper is showing some, like it needs some love. Oh, look at that. Just his ears are going to go over. I think we'll pop him up. So let's go ahead and grab this. We'll layer this on our card base. It's amazing just by adding some ephemera, how awesome it is to add. So it adds so much to a card. Like, and it's so easy, you know, you don't have to do all the stamping and the coloring, and it's just a lot of fun. And I like that so many paper packs come with ephemera now and cut aparts. It's great. And yes, I'm going crazy with dimensionals. I don't necessarily have to peel all them off. They just need to be the same height. But there is Mr. Spooky. So cute and super easy, right? I had my, oh, they're over here. Keep moving everything on myself. All right, so this one I'm going to switch up and use. I think I'm going to use a white one over here, and we'll use purple there, and a larger black one right there, over here. Perfect. There is card number 3. This is so much fun. What a great design. And then we have card number 4. This is so much fun. And card number 4 and 5, the last two are going to take 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I didn't put a piece of white on the inside of that, did I? Messing myself up here. No worries, easy fix. Little glue in the corners, get that kind of centered. And there you go, just like that. Okay. All right, I do have an announcement I have to share, but I will get to that in a moment. I just don't want to bury what I'm trying to show you. Okay. All right, the next card is the 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. We have this larger 3 1/4 or 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. I am going to take some ribbon. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Let me pull this back out because we're going to need to do something on that. I need to tie a bow and add that on here. Actually, I'm going to leave it. I like it the way it is. No need to change, right? But we are going to add some ribbon on here, and I am going to again do that trick so I can save on ribbon. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back side. We're going to adhere that there, bring it around, adhere that on that side. Get your ribbon scissors. I'm sad that the paper snips are no longer available, but I'm sure that Stampin' Up! Will come up with something soon. All right, so we have this, we've got that. We are going to put a bow on this one. I'm just going to flip that around so it doesn't stick to anything. And now I am going to stamp on this. And since I'm using that ribbon, I'm going to pull back in Petunia Pop because I have the perfect thing for this one. And it's going to be super cute. We're going to put Happy Halloween on this. And we are going to jazz it up with some Versamark to season our stamp. I was very excited when I went and got my nails done this week. She did a little bit of ombre. She's like, are you wanting still summer or do you want to ease into fall? And I'm like, it's so early for fall, even though I love pumpkin spice. And I'm just trying to hold on to summer. And anywho, what was I saying? But she did some ombre, and I think she picked out some great colors. I left it up to her, and I think that's so beautiful. She does a great job. All right, Happy Halloween. Oh, looks like we need some more ink on there. That's going to go right down there. I love the font of these stamps. Kind of has that spooky little vibe going on to it. Okay, we got that. And now we are going to adhere this, the center of this, and it can go up a little bit higher. I like how that is positioned. Not a lot of white space. It makes me happy. That's going to look great there. Nice, simple design. I might be replicating this for an upcoming event, maybe. Yes, I think so. It's a great design. Very simple. Actually, all of them are. Work smarter, not harder, right? Okay, so we've got this. And this will go flush onto our card base. right there. And we'll add the bow, but first let me grab this cute little, I don't know what she is, a leopard of some sort. She just looks like a petunia pop princess. So she's gonna go right there. We are gonna take a little bit, I think I'm just gonna do, I will tie a bow. I could use my bow maker, that'd be smarter. We're gonna do this. I just don't want a lot of waste. All right, get that tucked in there. There we go. My dog's going crazy because she hears something barking outside. Okay. Just do this. And I'm going to trim the other end. I think I cut too much off, but we can zhuzh it. We can zhuzh it, make it a little smaller. And the tail's a little longer. That's perfect. That can go right there. See how you can do that fake bow right there? I love that trick. It saves on your ribbon. So we're going to grab that, the glue dot, and we're going to adhere that right there. Pretty. Super pretty. And then she will get dimensionals because she's super cute. Super, super cute. And we want her to pop right up there with her little magic wand. Good thing I made an extra set, or I can make an extra set because these are going to others and I want to keep some for myself. Why would I want to keep them for myself? I don't know. Look at that. Is that not the cutest? I am in love. And this is going to go on the inside. And then we will do our last card. Pretty easy. Everybody, I hope, has been having a wonderful summer. There's that one. Grab some more of these pretty gems, and we're going to stick with purple colors. Totally vibing on this. Super cute. Look at that. I'm so in love with this paper. Aw, love it. And the last one, we've got another 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and we've got the inside and the outside. So this one is actually these pieces, and we are going to stamp. I think I want to stamp Happy Halloween again, but this has some different stuff going on because this is going to layer like this. And these are going to get popped up, the squares are, so there's some dimension to pull it apart from the strip that's going on there. And actually, what can I stamp? Okay, this is sticking to my finger. Spooky. No tricks, all treats, I think will fit there. And that needs to be in green, so I need to clean this off. Let's find my cleaner. Add a little bit of wonderful smelling solution on there. And hopefully I didn't get any fuzzies on that from my shorts. All right, step that aside, grab this, and I think I'm gonna go with stamping in I want to pop a color. Let's bring out that, let's bring, yep, that's the word, memento. Memento black ink. And we want to stamp this down in this corner. It might be crooked. If it is, I will restamp it on the other side. Not so bad. We're keeping it. Okay. Now, we're done stamping. This here, it is a little crooked, but we'll be fine. And adhesive. And this will go there. Put some glue dots on, or I'm sorry, dimensionals on the back of these. Try and get them spaced out right. And yes, I will end up putting 4 on here. Okay, maybe 3. I was using a lot of the adhesive, the foam sheets when we were doing the scrapbook event. And I really loved using them because you could just cut what you needed and it was just one application and boom, there you go. All right, now I got ink on there. We'll have to get it off. I'm going to try and center these where I want them. The middle one should go there, hopefully. Got gook on it. And this one can go there. It's not interfering with the words. And then we'll do the same placement on the one on top. I hope you all are enjoying this. Looks a little crooked, doesn't it? Let's see. Oh, we want that to go a different direction. I am super late. We'll catch replay on the way to Ohio tomorrow to help pass time. Yes, you have a safe trip. I am just playing with a one-sheet wonder. There will be a link in the description of who we got this from for that group I belong to. And it's just been a lot of fun. And this is the last card, actually. So we're going to adhere this here. I need to get that gook off of there. And then we're going to find what we're going to put on. I should have adhered this first before adding dimensionals to it. We are going to find what to add to this one. That is crooked. There we go. I'll just cover that with a gem. There you go. Nice foam star. We'll cover that and make it look beautiful. It's just a means to embellish. And there's that. Inside of card, outside of card. And what are we going to put on this one? Well, maybe we can do no tricks, just all treats. I do this. That looks like a coffee cup. And all right, that looks good. Do this one flush. Me, who doesn't normally do Halloween stuff, is loving this whole process. I usually do Halloween to share the products, but I'm really loving this, and now I want to do some scrapbook pages. Sticky. And we've got that. But wait, let's add There's that. And our gems. I keep saying gems. They are foam stars. Boom. And they are very flexible. So if you get these, be calm and gentle with them. I have to put something there. I have to remember that. Let's take another big one. Put it right there. There, I covered my boo-boo. My ubu. These are the One Sheet Wonder cards. They're so stinking cute. Look at that. I love them. How fun was that? Super simple. Halloween stuff is your favorite. Yes, I know that, Lisa. You are really good at doing stuff with Halloween. You're actually a very good artist. You have a lot of great ideas. Even if you're casing, it's still awesome. So there is that. Are you liking it? Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'm just loving the whole vibe of these ephemeras. It's just great. And you get all kinds of them, and you get 2 sheets, which is awesome. So I'm losing things. Oh, that's just my paper pieces. So I'm going to make another set of these. That'll be fun. So let's flip you back around. Oh, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me set these aside. This is the One Sheet Wonder that I did in one of my pair online classes. Hey, Pauline, welcome. This was another card that I did for, oh, I have to put a piece of white on the inside of that last one. Or did I? I did. This is another design that I had to do a sketch challenge. So this was the One Sheet Wonder sketch challenge. And then I had to do this pop-up fold for a fun fold. So this is going to be anyone who places an order in August of $35 or more in my online store before tax and shipping, you will get the kits to make these cards. What I will end up doing is emailing you the links to the videos so that you can go back and know exactly what videos to find these in. So again, in my online store, you can go to www.maryjosnyder.stampinup.net, or you can follow this link here. Go to the top right-hand corner with the, I know, isn't this fun? I mean, it looks like you start out this way, but then it pops open. It's so super cute. I love it, love it. And I had never done one before, and I love it. Thank you. I cased it, so it just was wonderful. $35 or more in my online store before tax and shipping. Go to my website. There are 3 lines in the upper right-hand corner where you can click on. You can hit shop. It will take you directly to my online store, selecting me as your demonstrator. And if you choose to do that, please be sure you opt in for Stampin' Rewards when you create your account, if you don't have an account already. And again, you will get these. These will ship out the beginning of September, once I know all the orders that have gone through for the month of August. So I had a few people take advantage of that in the month of July. So this is going to be something that I do monthly, featuring some of the products that I create with throughout the month. It's usually going to be the first suite or first product selection that I choose. Please share where I can find. I'll send that to you, no problem. Yes. And actually, I'm not sure if I put the link in the description of the video when I did this, but I'll get it to you, Maggie, no worries. So that's that. That's my little special I wanted to share with you. I'm going to flip the camera back around, and it's getting cool outside. You're welcome. And I'm so glad that you are all here with me. I loved making these cute little cards. Just so cute. I mean, you can't beat it. They're just so cute. They're just so cute. Spooky and cute. Love it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you Sunday morning for Let's Caffeinate and Create right here on YouTube. And you will be seeing more stuff with this wonderful Halloween set. Spooky sweets or spooky treats or spooky whatever it is. I'm just glad that I have it and I can share with you. Seems so early to do Halloween, but You don't know how fast those things are going to fly off the shelves, so get yours as soon as possible. I'll see y'all soon. Many Stampin' Blessings. Bye for now.